recording whenever you're ready.
Okay. Hello everybody and welcome to Lee Paul Band's Saturday show, acoustic show that we're doing at Caedmon Hall in Gateshead. I'm delighted to say I'm with one of the support acts, Scott Keirs. Is it Keirs?
That's right, yeah.
Oh, I got it right. My dyslexia didn't destroy me. Thank you so much for agreeing to talk to me. It's really cool.
It's no problem at
all. So I suppose the best place to start is, how did you know about this gig? Who contacted you?
Well, I know Lee from way back when.
Everybody knows Lee.
It happened that I was gigging in Newcastle and he happened to pop in and he started asking me about support slots and stuff. I've gigged with the lads twice now, so I'm looking forward to this one. It should be a little bit different, all acoustic show.
Mm-hmm. Are you an acoustic performer in general? Or?
Primarily, yeah. I play with a band called Red Wings as well, but
which you were just saying before we started interviewing, it's in relation to the Detroit Red Wings, isn't
That's
it?
right,
Oh, come on, he got it right. Is it because you're an ice hockey fan? Or?
As it happens, when I started playing with the band, I was late night watching hockey, Channel 5, you know? So
well, they got rid of it. How dare they?
That's how I managed to name the band.
Yeah, cool. So are you still with the Red Wings now?
Yeah, we're still gigging.
So is it just you here? So are you here as a solo, or is it just because?
Yeah, I'm here on my own tonight, but yeah.
So does that mean you have solo? Does that mean you have solo projects yourself?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Still gig by myself as well.
So what would you say the ratio is between you doing band stuff with Red Wings and solo stuff?
We'll try to split 50-50, but it usually ends up that I creep in a few more solos when I can. But
so how long has Red Wings, the band, been around for?
We've been playing together for about maybe 3.5 years now. So things are getting pretty tight and writing plenty. So
excellent. So when did you sort of, I hate the phrase pick up a guitar, but I suppose we'll say it that way. It's like, so when did you start getting sort of interested in music?
I was a bit of a late starter, actually. I started playing when I was about 16.
That is. I love the fact that that's late. To me, that sounds normal, but like the X factor to this world, like you've got to start at 11.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what was it? Was it a particular song, or was it? Or do you always want to do it? Or
it was probably me being around my birthday with cash on the hip, and I thought, like, what can I waste my money on? Burn it on a guitar, you know.
So what guitar did you settle on?
I started playing electric. Stratocaster copy, but yeah, I kind of wormed my way into an acoustic guitar, and that's when I started singing too.
Did you always want to do songwriting and singing and that kind of thing?
I've always really appreciated the music of like the Smiths, Alice in Chains. I had quite a bit of a weird taste as a kid, but as soon as I found out about playing guitar, I got into more acoustic stuff like Ryan Adams and Damien Rice.
Okay,
like
excellent. Yeah. So, based on the influences and that you've said, what would you say your music's? What would you compare your music to now?
I would love to compare my music to Ryan Adams, but I think more comparisons come from likes of David Gray and Fran Healy. So slightly more acoustic stuff, but more vocal than likes of Ryan Adams, I would say.
I'm quite intrigued to know, because I know a lot of people in bands, especially ones who do like kind of what you say. Like, there seem to be more people doing acoustic-y type things and sort of doing different gigs and whatnot. So I'm interested to know, like, do you have a different mindset when you go between the two, or is there one that's more difficult? Would you say?
I think particularly with the band, I'm more interested in performance, as well as, you know, you've got to put on a good show with a band where acoustic you can kind of hide behind your guitar almost and let the music do the talking almost. So there is a different kind of mindset when you walk out on stage by yourself than with a band.
So in terms of your schedule from now, what else are you doing? Have you got more gigs planned?
Plenty of gigs around the northeast with the Red Wings. I think I'm kind of fully booked for the rest of the year.
Wow, that's cool.
So,
is there any big ones coming up in particular you want to mention? Or
there's a lot of pub gigs, a lot of kind of, like I say, acoustic shows. I normally ratio about 3 acoustic gigs a week. So the rest are just kind of filling in with band gigs as well. So it's worth catching us at a pub, I'm sure.
I know that often that when people say this, they go, it seems like an obvious question, but a lot of time, the more that I seem to ask it, the more that people go, well, maybe not. But the question I'm asking is, do you want to do this as a kind of full-time thing? Because it sounds like you're committed by doing 3 a week, which is quite a lot, I would say. Is that what you want to do?
I probably play five or six gigs a week now.
Oh, right, okay.
With like band and solo.
Is it 3 and 3? Like
it's roughly evens out, yeah.
Okay.
But I've done it for a living now for about 4 years, and it's the best job I could have. I love it. I really do.
Oh, that's good. That's good to hear. It did sound like someone should cut that. And like, if you're ever on X Factor, like, I've always wanted to do it. It's the very best thing ever. No, that's really interesting. So, like, do you have a set idea of where you're heading? Because a lot of the time, when I talk to people like yourself, they seem that they just do one step at a time and see where it goes. Would that be fair to say for you?
For all it's cliched, I think the one step at a time thing it's quite important. I mean, you got so much. Like you mentioned X Factor before, there's this programmed idea of you've got to have so many years plan, stuff like that. And it's not like that, I mean, you can't plan stuff like that out. It's just you've got to kind of roll with it and enjoy it while you're doing it.
So do you have any in terms of albums and whatnot? Do you have any recorded stuff? Or is it available?
I have a few EPs available from my website, and a new one to be recorded pretty soon. A new album.
Oh, excellent.
And hopefully we're going to be getting some live recording done tonight, which.
Oh, excellent! Yeah, I was going to say that. So, in relation to tonight, what have you got a particular set in mind? Do you specifically do it just for this gig, or?
I don't kind of plan my sets too much, but what I'm hoping to do tonight is stick a very solid basis of original songs, but maybe throw in a bit of a quirky cover, something a bit different,
When you say quirky cover, is it something like Damien Rice or?
Like I say, I look at Alice in Chains, I look at Peter Gabriel stuff, just anything that could be a little bit different.
What's your sort of attitude towards covers? Because I find it quite an interesting dilemma that a lot of people go, oh well, when you come up with covers and whatnot, it's a little bit like you sort of, what's the word, not trying as hard or whatever like that, or it's just a free book or whatever. Or some people go, oh, if it's such an original, you shouldn't touch it. Like, what's your take?
I don't see anything wrong with covers as long as you do something different with it. I don't mind it. I saw a gentleman called David Ford play in York recently, and he covered a Candy Staton song called "Young Hearts Run Free," and he just really laid back piano version. It was beautiful, And I think
it was a bit like I was listening on the way here. It was some I can't remember his first name, but it's something Lee Phillips, and he did a cover of Boys Don't Cry. And it was just an acoustic version. So if anyone that wants to listen to it, it's on YouTube. But it's fantastic. It's like a really slow sort of harmonising version, and it's quite sort of low pitch, not as like brutal as the Cure version. Yeah. But it's really cool. I mean, like, I suppose is it a question of, as long as it's sort of your own version, it's not just you repeating the same thing. Is that really what it is?
As long as you interpret the song as you want to, you can sit and listen to the lyrics and break it up and kind of you decide how it makes you feel. That's how you should play it. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, anyway.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, it is definitely your opinion. So I suppose in relation to, we've touched on your albums and whatnot. Like, what would you say is your favourite song out of your catalogue that you enjoy playing?
I've got a few new ones, but I think if I can hark back to an older song, my favourite song is called Jackals, and it's basically about doing something you shouldn't be doing, but more people knowing about it than you think. So,
wow, that's really intriguing. Buy his album. But no, so how many EPs roughly would you say have you done so far?
I've done 2 so far. That were they were recorded at the same time and then split up.
Okay.
But the album's the main project at the minute. I'm hopefully getting the band recording too.
Okay, so a Red Wing's got stuff as well. That
well, we're right together, but we're trying to make an EP with the band and an album for myself almost.
Right.
So
okay.
There's plenty going on in the studio.
Excellent. You got to? Is it one of these things where you're just doing a little bit at a time, or have you got a schedule?
It's all my band teachers as that is, so it's kind of hard to get them all in the studio at once.
Okay. So it is literally whenever you can do it.
Yeah, it's when we can get together, really.
Okay. So in relation to your albums, you said it's on your website. Is it on? Can you get them on iTunes as well, or is it just?
I think they're on. CD Baby or something like that.
Yeah, CD Baby. I love it when people say that because it sounds like they shouldn't say it. CD Baby. But yeah, so it's on CD Baby as well as your site,
as well as the site,
which is meant. Yeah, so we'll put a link on so they can click.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so I suppose finally, just to sum up, you mentioned your future plans and whatnot, but in relation to tonight, are you looking forward to it? Because it's
I really am. It's a rare thing that I get to play some acoustic solo stuff, so I'm looking forward to it. I really am.
How many minutes? How many minutes? Like how long's your set?
I think it should be about 25 minutes. So,
oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So you roughly, I don't know, say how many songs is that? Roughly about 6 or 7?
Five or six.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Well, I really do hope. It sounds like I really hope you enjoy yourself and all that kind of thing. And as I say, hopefully we'll speak to you in the future.
Brilliant, yeah.
And good luck with everything. Thanks
Thank you very much.
Cheers.